What's up, BTP family? This is Jasmine Haley, the host of the Beyond the Prophy podcast, and we're here for another BTP Straight Talk. Today's episode is about I am a survivor. Yes, I was listening to Destiny's Child. Shout out to everyone born in the mid-'80s, grew up in the 90s. Destiny's Child is one of my favorite girl bands, and they have really cool, empowering songs that are about surviving. One is called I'm a Survivor, and then there's Independent Women. And I tell you, listening to that this morning just had me pumped, invigorated. Send me a shout out, send me a DM on Instagram or a message on Facebook. Tell me the songs that you listen to that are empowering for you so I can add them to my playlist, because I'm a Survivor is one of them. I was just at a training. I was accepted to be a part of this ACE, Average Childhood Experience Master Presenter training. And it was eye-opening for me. One in particular, because they did a study for Kaiser Permanente that studied trauma. It had never been studied before, where they took a look at multiple areas of trauma that have affected individuals. Previously, in the past, when they did studies, it was studies on just sexual abuse, anything further than that. So that's what made this study really super unique. And it was created by two doctors. And what was very interesting about this study is that they chose to use individuals who were well educated, and those who come predominantly from the white population. They were insured. They were from a group of people that you would consider well-to-do. Well, it's very interesting to see that there was still, amongst these well-to-do, educated, insured individuals, there were massive levels of trauma that had affected these individuals at one point in time of their life. So here it came to the conclusion that we can help us to appreciate, one, that these individuals who are educated and considered well-to-do individuals have dealt with trauma, how much more so than our vulnerable populations. There is no doubt that even the providers that are in dentistry who are providing services for our patients have dealt with some form of trauma. I even took the ACEs score and was able to see how trauma has personally affected my life. But needless to say, when I was singing that song today in my car, I was like, yo, I'm a survivor, and so is everyone else that I have encountered, including you that's listening, that has the opportunity to just turn on my podcast and listen. You too are a survivor. You too are a difference maker. You too matter. You can make a difference in someone else's life. And so whatever challenges that you may face, whatever you may be going through, that's a phase. It's a phase. You may not have all of the resources given to you. You may not have all of the answers. But what you need to do is keep pushing forward, keep working harder, keep going towards whatever those goals that you set forth, whatever career you've chosen, whatever decision you've made that you felt was a calling to you, that was a God-given calling to you. Keep pursuing that. Never let anyone else stop you from doing that. Never let any of your insecurities face you in the face, or constantly remind yourself in your head where it basically makes you completely debilitated, where you're not able to move forward and be the survivor of who you are. I've dealt with some messed up things in my life. Some of the things that have been brought in my life were not my own choosing. Some of the things that have happened in my life were based on my own decisions. And yet I'm still standing here today, thriving, happy to be alive, and being able to make the decision to make some sort of impact. Let me tell you something. Nothing in my life, nothing that I have going on with me personally, who I am as a person, is perfect. Nothing is perfect. But guess what? I keep taking steps every single day towards whatever my goals are. And yet it doesn't matter whether or not someone else may believe in whatever it is that I'm doing, or may even want to support me with whatever decisions they make. The support that I have, the support that I rely on, is myself and the God that I serve. That's who I rely on. That's who I keep at the forefront. And everything else will trickle down. So, I've really had a great reminder today as I was bumping to Destiny's Child, as I was driving back home to take care of a few things and then head out to my part-time job that I do as an adjunct faculty member. I said, you know what? If I'm thinking this, if I'm needing this push, even from this R&B song from Destiny's Child, I know for sure there's somebody listening to this podcast today that would appreciate that. So I want you to go on YouTube, Spotify, go on Apple Music, whatever you got to do. Download Survivor from Destiny's Child, and I want you to bump it loud till you can't hear anymore. Actually, no, we need you to hear the song. Bump it as loud as you can and sing the lyrics. And I want you to stand tall, put your hands straight up, do that power pose as Amy Cuddy brings out. Put your hands on your hip like Superwoman, and I want you to scream to the top of your lungs. Repeat those words over and over again until it gets ingrained in your thick skull, because I know it's thick. Okay, I already have to deal with my own thick skull when it comes to some of the limiting thoughts that come in my mind. Pump it as loud as you can. Sing it out to the top of your lungs. And I want you to know that you too are a survivor. No matter what comes your way, whatever trauma you have personally dealt with, you too can be a survivor. You too can make a difference. You too can gain the clarity that you need to be able to live a fulfilling personal and professional life. I want you to make sure that you like Beyond the Prophy Facebook page. I want you to subscribe to this podcast. I want you to tell your friends if this resonates with you, because somewhere, somehow, wherever you may live, I know that this message will resonate with someone, will be able to give them the kick in the butt that they need in order to make a difference in their own personal life. Please check us out at beyondtheprophy.com. Take a look at our membership resources. Listen to our previous episodes of this podcast. There are some pearls in there for you to help you personally and professionally. Thank you for giving me this wonderful platform to be able to share my message with you all. And I'll see you guys next week. Peace.